Hello, I'm Paul Stryer, and welcome to the SD-WAN Self-Hosted Lab Build video series. Please take note, for this video, and to continue with this lab build, you will need to have access to a smart account at software.cisco.com. If you don't have an account, you will not be able to license your SD-WAN controllers or devices, which means you will not be able to do this lab. For those of you that have access to smart accounts, let's jump into the lab and continue on. In this video, we will create a virtual account, and from there we will add a vBond controller profile in order to create virtual edge devices. Next, we will add our devices to the profile, and finally we will download the serial file that we'll use to add our devices to the vManage. So first, open a browser and go to the software.cisco.com and log in if needed. Once you're logged in at this page, go ahead in the middle bottom section, click on Manage Smart Account. On the Manage Smart Account page, on the menu item, click the second one that says Virtual Accounts. On the Manage Smart Accounts page, click the New Virtual Account button at the top. Next, enter a name and a description, and then click Public, and then click Save. From the breadcrumbs at the top, click on Cisco Software Central to go back to the main page. In the upper middle section, click Plug and Play Connect. In the upper right hand corner, click on the down arrow next to Default to open up the profiles, and then search for the name of the one that you entered, or it might already be there if you only have one or two. So as you can see in the upper right hand corner, it indicates that we have the correct profile. You need to make sure you have the correct profile also. Now click on Control Profiles and then Add Profile. Once we get here, we're going to drop down this menu and select vBond and then click Next. Now that we're on screen number 2, Profile Settings, we're going to add our name here and our description. Once the name and description is in, we're going to set the default profile to Yes. Next, we'll enter our organization name, and this must be the same organization name that we'll enter in for our configurations when we start configuring the system. So we need to make sure we have this written down and memorized. Next, you will select Primary Controller, and instead of hostname, we'll select IPv4. And then we'll put an IP address in, and this address does not matter for the way we're configuring our system, so we just put in any number because we have to have something in here. Once the address is in, click Next. Page number 3 of this configuration is just a review page to make sure you got everything correct. Once you've looked at that review, click Submit, and then click Save. Now that we're back to the Plug and Play Connect page, on the menu we need to click Devices so that we can go add our devices to this profile. Now that we're on the Devices page, click on Add Software Device. On step 1, identifying devices, click Add Software Device, and then start typing in a base PID. Now this has to be exact to what's in the software, so you kind of got to know what to type in here. So as you can see, I'm about to start typing, and as I type, it will start filling in for me. So I type in vEdge, and look at that, there's a drop down. That is what I need, vEdge Cloud DNA. I can just select it. I'm going to put 6 for my quantity because I want 6 of these vEdges, and then I'm going to select my controller profile from the drop down. Then I will type in a description and click Save. Now notice that we have 6 vEdge Cloud devices in this profile. Let's click Add Software Device again and add our CSR devices. Again, the base PID has to be exact, so if you just start typing in CSR, it will drop down like we did before, and we will see that it is in the list. Once I see the list open up, I can just click on it from the drop-down list. Then I'm going to put 6 in again for my quantity because I'm going to have 6 of these. I'll select my profile, put in a description if I need to, and then click Save. So now we have 6 CSRs and 6 vEdge cloud devices. So now I will click Next. As you can see, step number 2 is a review step. So check over your work, and then when you're ready, click Submit. Notice that it says that it was recorded, and it will send you an email when it's done processing. And finally, click the Done button. On the next page, you will see a list of all the provisioned devices, and if you scroll down, you'll notice that it goes on 2 pages, so you might have to click the Next button to get to the rest of the list. Once you're done looking at the list, go ahead and click on the button at the top that says Controller Profile, and that'll take us to the next screen. And on this screen, you can see on the right hand side it says Provisioning File. If you click on that link, it'll bring a pop-up menu and say, what version do you want to download this file in, 17x or 18 and greater? We want to do 18 or newer, and then it'll allow us to download our serial file that we're going to use to configure our vManage. As you can see, it's because I'm using Firefox, it's asking me to save the file. And of course, if I was in Chrome, you would just see the download right at the bottom. So let's go to the down arrow at the top of Firefox and go ahead and look at this in the folder. And here's our serial file. This is the file that we will upload into vManage to add our 12 devices into vManage with the appropriate serial numbers. I like to rename the files just so I know what they belong to, and it's okay to rename the files. It won't hurt anything to rename them. Thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you for future videos. This is Paul Stryer. Have a good day.